Michael Joseph Jackson was born on August 29, 1958, in Gary, Indiana, the seventh of 10 children in the Jackson family. His father, Joseph Jackson, was a steelworker and former musician, while his mother, Catherine Jackson, was a devout Jehovah's Witness who encouraged music in the household. From an early age, Michael showed exceptional talent. He would mimic James Brown's dance moves and sing along to Motown hits. His brothers, Jackie, Tito, Jermaine, and Marlon, also had musical inclinations, often practicing with their father's guitar. In 1964, Joseph officially formed the Jackson Brothers, later renamed the Jackson 5 when Michael, just 6 years old, and youngest brother Marlon joined. They performed at local talent shows, clubs, and Chitlin circuit venues, quickly gaining attention for their high-energy performances. Michael, despite being the youngest, became the lead singer due to his powerful voice, stage presence, and ability to channel soul singers like Jackie Wilson and Smokey Robinson. By 1966, they won a major amateur competition at the Apollo Theater, a turning point that caught Motown's interest. After initial rejections, Berry Gordy of Motown Records signed the Jackson 5 in 1968, moving the family to Los Angeles. Their first 4 singles, I Want You Back, 1969, ABC, 1970, The Love You Save, 1970, and I'll Be There, 1970, all went to number 1, making them the first group in history to achieve this feat. Michael, at just 11 years old, became a national sensation, appearing on The Ed Sullivan Show and American Bandstand. The group's bubblegum soul sound, synchronized dance moves, and Michael's electrifying performances made them teen idols. They released successful albums like Diana Ross Presents the Jackson 5, 1969, and ABC, 1970. By the mid-1970s, tensions grew between Motown and the Jacksons over artistic control and finances. In 1975, they left Motown for Epic Records, rebranding as the Jacksons, since Motown owned the name Jackson 5. They continued success with hits like Enjoy Yourself, 1976, and Shake Your Body, Down to the Ground, 1978. Meanwhile, Michael began his solo career while still in the group, releasing Got to Be There, 1971, and the number 1 hit, Ben, 1972, from the Ben movie soundtrack. Strict upbringing, Joseph Jackson's disciplinarian approach, including reported physical punishment, left a lasting impact on Michael's psyche. Lack of normal childhood, Michael later admitted he felt isolated and pressured, leading to his fascination with youth and fantasy, Neverland, amusement parks. Foundation for superstardom, the Jackson 5 years honed his showmanship, paving the way for his record-breaking solo career. The group revolutionized pop and R&B, inspiring future boy bands like New Edition, NSYNC, and BTS. Michael's early fame set the stage for him to become the greatest entertainer of all time. I used to always cry from loneliness. Even though there were 9 of us, I was still lonely. Michael Jackson. After the success of Off the Wall, 1979, Michael Jackson teamed up again with producer Quincy Jones to create Thriller, 1982. The album became the best-selling album of all time, estimated 100+ million copies worldwide, and won 8 Grammy Awards in 1984. Key tracks and innovations. Billie Jean, featured the moonwalk, became a cultural phenomenon. Beat It, merged rock and pop, featuring Eddie Van Halen's guitar solo. Thriller, the 14-minute short film, directed by John Landis, revolutionized music videos. Impact of Thriller. Broke racial barriers, first black artist with heavy MTV rotation. Set new standards for album sales, music videos, and global marketing. Won a record 8 Grammys in one night, 1984. On March 25, 1983, Michael reunited with the Jackson 5 for NBC's Motown 25 TV special. His solo performance of Billie Jean became one of the most iconic moments in music history. What happened? Micheal wore his signature black sequin jacket, white glove, and loafers. Mid-performance, he debuted the moonwalk, a move he learned from street dancers. The audience erupted in shock and applause. It was completely unrehearsed on TV. Why was it so important? Cemented Micheal as the greatest live performer of his generation. The moonwalk became his trademark move, copied worldwide. The performance boosted Thriller sales even further, making it unstoppable. During a Pepsi commercial shoot at the Shrine Auditorium in L.A., January 27, 1984, a pyrotechnics malfunction set Micheal's hair on fire, causing severe burns. What went wrong? Sparks from a stage effect ignited his hair gel, burning his scalp. He suffered second- and third-degree burns, requiring skin grafts and reconstructive surgery. The pain led to his dependence on prescription painkillers, a struggle that haunted him for life. Aftermath. Pepsi settled out of court for $1.5 million, which Micheal donated to the Brothers Burn Center. This incident marked the beginning of his physical transformation, more surgeries, lighter skin due to vitiligo treatments. His painkiller addiction worsened, contributing to his later health issues. Legacy of these events. Thriller redefined pop music and remains the blueprint for superstardom. Motown 25's moonwalk is still the most famous dance move ever. The Pepsi incident was a tragic turning point in Micheal's health and appearance. Background and creation. Inspired by Band Aid's Do They Know It's Christmas? 1984, Harry Belafonte wanted an American response to the Ethiopian famine. Michael Jackson and Lionel Richie co-wrote the song in just one night, January 21, 1985. Quincy Jones produced, and 46 superstars, Bruce Springsteen, Stevie Wonder, Diana Ross, Cyndi Lauper, etc., gathered to record it on January 28, 1985. Key moments. Micheal led the chorus, his voice defining the song's emotional core. The fastest-selling American single ever at the time, 7.5+ million U.S. copies. Raised over $60 million for famine relief. Impact. Won 4 Grammys, including Song of the Year. Set the standard for celebrity charity collaborations, Live Aid, Imagine, tributes. Proved Micheal's power beyond music, he was a humanitarian leader. We Are the World showed that Micheal wasn't just the king of pop, he was the king of bringing people together. Pepsi deal, 1983 to 1984, the $5 million game changer. First major endorsement by a black artist of that magnitude. Featured in 2 iconic commercials, including the one where his hair caught fire. Earned $5 million, a record at the time. Neverland Ranch, 1988, a fantasy brand. Purchased for $19.5 million, turned into a 3,000-acre amusement park/private zoo. Became a symbol of his eccentricity, but also his love for childhood innocence. Hosted charity events, sick children, and celebrity gatherings. ATV Music Publishing, 1985, The Beatles Bet. Bought ATV catalog, including 251 Beatles songs, for $47.5 million, a masterstroke. Later merged with Sony, forming Sony/ATV, worth over $2 billion today. Proved Micheal wasn't just an artist, he was a shrewd businessman. Video game and merchandising. Moonwalker, 1990, a video game and film showcasing his brand. Action figures, gloves, jackets, his signature style became marketable. Film and TV appearances. The Wiz, 1978, played Scarecrow, met Quincy Jones, leading to Off the Wall. Captain EO, 1986, a $30 million Disney 3D film, produced by Lucas and Spielberg. Ghosts, 1996, a 38-minute short film, longer than Thriller. Fashion and influence. Single glove, red leather jacket, military-style coats, As Thriller made Micheal the biggest star on Earth, tabloids began exaggerating his quirks into bizarre narratives. Sleeping in a hyperbaric chamber, 1986. Tabloids claimed he slept in an oxygen tank to live to 150. Truth, he used it briefly for burn treatment after the Pepsi fire. Buying the Elephant Man's bones, 1987. The National Enquirer reported he offered $1 million for Joseph Merrick's skeleton. Truth, he simply admired Merrick's story and owned a replica of the bones as art. Bubbles the Chimp, 1985, 1990s. His pet chimpanzee became a tabloid fixation, painted as his only friend. Why it mattered, these stories dehumanized him, framing him as an eccentric freak rather than a genius artist. Micheal's shifting looks fueled endless speculation. Vitiligo revelation, 1986. He first disclosed his skin condition in a 1986 Ebony interview, but few believed him. Tabloids insisted he was bleaching his skin to appear white. Plastic surgery obsession. Media tracked every nose job, chin cleft, and eyelid change. Comedians and talk shows relentlessly mocked him. Masked Man, Phase, 1990s, 2000s. His use of face coverings, umbrellas, and veils to protect his privacy only fed the frenzy. Psychological toll, he admitted in interviews that the body shaming left him deeply insecure. As Micheal faced debt, tabloids reveled in his downfall. Neverland foreclosure, 2008. Sold to cover $24.5 million in loans. Tabloids framed it as, Peter Pan loses his kingdom. Micheal's secret shopping addiction. Reports claimed he spent $1 million per month on antiques and art. This Is It, Comeback, 2009. Media doubted he could perform, calling him washed up and sickly. Even after his passing, tabloids kept profiting off him. Did Micheal Jackson fake his death? Ridiculous conspiracy theories spread for years. Drug addict narratives. Focus on his propofol use overshadowed his artistry. Family feuds and estate battles. Every legal dispute became front-page drama. Why the tabloids targeted him? He was the biggest star, controversy sold. His reclusiveness made him an easy target for myths. Racial undertones, a black man with wealth, power, and eccentricities challenged norms. In his words, lies run sprints, but the truth runs marathons. The Dangerous album, 1991, marked a new creative peak for Micheal Jackson, blending cutting-edge new jack swing with bold social commentary. At the same time, he intensified his global philanthropy, using his fame to advocate for children, AIDS awareness, and world peace. 1. A New Sound and Vision. Released November 26, 1991, Dangerous sold 32 million copies worldwide. First album without Quincy Jones, Teddy Riley brought new jack swing, jam, Remember the Time. Themes, social injustice, media manipulation, love, and racial unity. 2. Key tracks and social commentary. Black or White, a racial unity anthem, controversial for its Panther dance ending. Heal the World, a plea for global compassion, later became a charity foundation. Will You Be There, a gospel-infused song about loneliness and faith. Why You Wanna Trip on Me, criticized media obsession over his life instead of real-world issues, homelessness, AIDS. 3. Short films and groundbreaking visuals. Black or White, first video premiered simultaneously in 27 countries, 500 million viewers. Remember the Time, a star-studded ancient Egypt fantasy, Eddie Murphy, Iman. Give In To Me, featured Slash from Guns N' Roses, blending rock and R&B. While Dangerous dominated charts, Micheal used his platform for global activism. 1. Heal the World Foundation, 1992. Launched during the Dangerous World Tour. Funded orphanages, hospitals, and anti-drug programs. Airlifted 46 tons of supplies to war-torn Sarajevo, 1992. 2. Meeting world leaders. 1992, White House visit. Met President George H. W. Bush as point-of-light ambassador for charity work. 1993, Super Bowl halftime show. Performed before 1.5 billion viewers, donated earnings to anti-poverty causes. 3. AIDS advocacy. One of the first major celebrities to publicly support AIDS research, at a time of stigma. Donated millions to Elizabeth Taylor's AIDS Foundation. 4. Children's causes. Neverland as a haven. Hosted thousands of sick and underprivileged kids for free. UNICEF and Make-A-Wish. Raised millions for children's hospitals worldwide. Despite his charity work, tabloids twisted his image. Wacko Jacko narrative mocked his soft-spoken voice, plastic surgery, and childlike demeanor. 1993 allegations derailed his humanitarian momentum, though no convictions ever occurred. Heal the World vs. Predator headlines, the media ignored his philanthropy to focus on scandal. Most charitable entertainer in history, Guinness World Records. Inspired Beyoncé, Rihanna, and BTS to merge music with activism. Proved fame could be a force for good, even amid relentless attacks. If you enter this world knowing you are loved and leave knowing the same, then everything that happens in between can be dealt with. Michael Jackson. The mid-1990s marked a devastating turning point in Michael Jackson's life, a bombshell child molestation accusation and a high-profile marriage that fueled endless media speculation. 1. The accusation. In August 1993, Evan Chandler, a dentist, accused Michael of sexually abusing his 13-year-old son, Jordan Chandler. Allegations surfaced after Michael had hosted Jordan at Neverland multiple times. Chandler filed a civil lawsuit, seeking financial damages. 2. The media frenzy. Tabloids sensationalized the story, dubbing Neverland a pedophile's playground. Police raided Neverland, searching for evidence, none was found. Michael's image shifted from King of Pop to Wacko Jacko overnight. 3. The settlement, January 1994. To avoid a public trial, Michael settled for $23 million, no admission of guilt. Why settle? His legal team feared an unfair jury due to media bias. Consequences. His reputation was permanently tarnished. Many fans struggled to reconcile the accusations with his charitable persona. It was the worst thing that ever happened to him. He never recovered. Frank Cascio, MJ's longtime friend. 1. The surprise wedding, May 1994. Just 4 months after the settlement, Michael married Lisa Marie Presley, daughter of Elvis. Why marry so soon? Theories include damage control, to counter the pedophile image. Genuine love, they had been friends since the late 1980s. 2. The strange public appearances. Their 1994 MTV VMAs kiss shocked the world. Was it real or staged? Lisa Marie later admitted she tried to save him from his personal struggles. 3. The divorce, 1996. The marriage lasted less than 2 years. Reasons for split. Michael's emotional distance. Lisa Marie's frustration with his legal battles and drug use. Lisa's later comments. I believed he was innocent, but he was surrounded by enablers. The 1993 case set the stage for the 2005 trial, another acquittal. His marriage to Presley failed to repair his image. Many now believe the accusations were financially motivated, but the damage was done. Lies run sprints, but the truth runs marathons. Michael Jackson. This turbulent yet creatively explosive period saw Michael fighting back against scandal, embracing fatherhood, and reinventing his sound. 1. The long-awaited comeback. Released October 30, 2001, Invincible was Micheal's first studio album in 6 years. History was half greatest hits. Cost, $30 million, most expensive album ever at the time. Sales, 13 million worldwide, strong, but below expectations. 2. Key tracks and sound. You Rock My World, a throwback to off-the-wall vibes, with Chris Tucker in the video. Butterflies, a neo-soul gem, should have been a single, no video shot. Unbreakable, a dark, defiant anthem, featuring the Notorious B.I.G. posthumously. Speechless, a striking a cappella ballad, inspired by a water balloon fight with kids. 3. Why Didn't It Dominate? Sony's lack of promotion, only 2 singles, You Rock My World, Cry, got proper pushes. No world tour, Micheal's disputes with Sony killed momentum. 9/11 Impact, released in a post-9/11 climate, overshadowing its launch. 1. The root of the conflict. Micheal hated Sony's CEO, Tommy Mottola, calling him devilish and racist. He accused Sony of sabotaging Invincible, limiting marketing, undervaluing his catalog, ATV/Sony merger, exploiting black artists. He compared it to plantation tactics. 2. The infamous protest, July 2002. Micheal stormed Sony's NYC offices with fans, holding signs. Sony kills music. Tommy Mottola is a mafia. He jumped on a car, screaming, "This is war." 3. The aftermath. Sony dropped him from future albums. Invincible became his last original studio album. Micheal retreated from music, focusing on his kids and Neverland. Raising Prince, Paris and Blanket, kept them masked in public for privacy. Financial troubles, legal battles and lavish spending drained his wealth. 2003 arrest, the second molestation case derailed any comeback plans. Now a cult classic, fans argue it's underrated. Songs like Break of Dawn are gems. Influence, its blend of R&B, pop, and hip-hop inspired The Weeknd, Bruno Mars, and Usher. Final original work, a somber farewell from the king of pop. They're trying to bury me, but I'm a seed. I'll grow back. Michael Jackson. This period was one of legal battles, fleeting comebacks, and relentless media persecution, culminating in a high-profile trial that would shape Micheal's legacy forever. 1. Martin Bashir's infamous interview. British journalist Martin Bashir spent 8 months filming MJ for the documentary Living with Michael Jackson, aired February 2003. Micheal, in a rare unguarded moment, spoke openly about his childhood trauma. I would cry from loneliness. Sleepovers with kids, it's not sexual, it's loving. His changing appearance, I have vitiligo. 2. The backlash and fallout. The baby dangling incident, holding blanket over a Berlin hotel balcony, became a global scandal. Bashir heavily edited footage to paint Micheal as bizarre and inappropriate. Micheal fired back with his own rebuttal film, Take 2, the footage you were never meant to see, exposing Bashir's manipulation. 3. Consequences. The documentary reignited public suspicion about his behavior with children. Led directly to the 2003 child molestation allegations. Released November 18, 2003, amid growing legal troubles. Featured all his #1 hits plus one new song. One More Chance, produced by R. Kelly, later removed from reissues. Sales, 10+ million worldwide, proving his music still had demand. 1. The accusation. In 2003, Gavin Arvizo, a 13-year-old cancer survivor Micheal had helped, accused him of molestation, kidnapping, and intoxicating him with alcohol. Prosecutors claimed Micheal used Neverland as a lair to groom boys. 2. The media circus. Daily helicopter coverage of Micheal in pajamas arriving at court. Tabloids presumed guilt, dubbing him Wacko Jacko all over again. Celebrity testimonies: Macaulay Culkin, Wade Robson, and Chris Tucker defended him, saying they never saw wrongdoing. 3. The acquittal, June 13, 2005. After 14 weeks, the jury found Micheal not guilty on all 14 counts. Key factors in his favor: the Arvizo family's credibility issues, prior lawsuits, inconsistent stories. No physical evidence of abuse. The prosecution's case relied on speculation, not proof. 4. Aftermath. Micheal left Neverland forever, calling it tainted. Moved to Bahrain, then Ireland, avoiding the U.S. His health deteriorated due to stress and painkiller use. The trial destroyed his reputation, even in acquittal. His music sales dipped temporarily but rebounded posthumously. Many now see the case as a witch hunt, but the damage was done. Lies run sprints, but the truth runs marathons. Micheal Jackson, after the trial. On June 25, 2009, the world was stunned by the sudden death of Micheal Jackson at just 50 years old. His passing marked the end of an era, but also the beginning of a new wave of controversy, legal battles, and posthumous revelations. 1. The planned resurrection. After years out of the spotlight, Micheal announced, "This is it," a 50-show residency at London's O2 Arena. Tickets sold out instantly, over 1 million in 4 hours. Rehearsals showed glimpses of his old magic, his voice and dancing were still sharp. 2. The physical and mental toll. Micheal was underweight, frail, and battling insomnia. He relied on propofol, a powerful anesthetic, to sleep, administered by his personal physician, Dr. Conrad Murray. 1. The final hours. June 24, 2009, night before. Micheal rehearsed until midnight, performing Earth Song and They Don't Care About Us. Returned home to Carrollwood Drive, Los Angeles, where Dr. Murray gave him a propofol drip to sleep. June 25, 2009, morning. Murray found Micheal unresponsive around 12:30 p.m. Paramedics arrived but could not revive him. Pronounced dead at 2:26 p.m. at Ronald Reagan UCLA Medical Center. 2. The immediate aftermath. Fans worldwide mourned, vigils, tributes, and impromptu dance parties erupted globally. Media frenzy, news outlets scrambled for details, replaying his greatest hits non-stop. Autopsy revealed. Cause of death, acute propofol intoxication, with benzodiazepines. Other factors: extreme weight loss, 136 pounds at 5 feet 9 inches, heart failure, and long-term drug dependency. 1. The charges. Murray was charged with involuntary manslaughter for administering propofol improperly, no proper monitoring. Delaying 911 call, he waited 25+ minutes. Attempting to cover up evidence, hiding vials, not mentioning propofol to paramedics. 2. The verdict, November 7, 2011. Guilty on all counts, sentenced to 4 years in prison, served 2 years. Medical license revoked permanently. 3. Lingering questions. Who else was responsible? AEG Live, concert promoters, settled a wrongful death lawsuit with the Jackson family. Other doctors, like Arnold Klein, faced scrutiny for overprescribing drugs. 1. The memorial and funeral. July 7, 2009, public memorial at Staples Center. 31.1 million viewers in the U.S. alone, biggest live-streamed event ever at the time. Stevie Wonder, Lionel Richie, Usher, and Paris Jackson's tearful speech, "Ever since I was born, Daddy has been the best father you could ever imagine." Private burial, September 3, 2009. Forest Lawn Memorial Park, Glendale, California, gold-plated casket in the Great Mausoleum. 2. The This Is It film, 2009. Compiled from rehearsal footage, showing Micheal at his creative peak. Became the highest-grossing concert film ever, $261 million worldwide. 3. Conspiracy theories. Micheal faked his death. Some fans still believe he staged it to escape debt. He was murdered, allegations of foul play by industry execs or family members. 4. Posthumous albums and estate management. Micheal, 2010, Escape, 2014, controversial for using unfinished vocals. Estate worth $2+ billion today, run by John Branca and John McClane. Greatest entertainer of all time, yet haunted by pain, lawsuits, and addiction. His children, Prince, Paris, Blanket, keep his memory alive. Music still dominates, over 1 billion streams annually. The music that inspired the world will keep him alive forever. Quincy Jones.